Isn't it weird that it seems like everyone is selling their Komodo right now? Now, people have offloaded old cameras in the past. We've seen it happen with the Alexa Classic, the F35, the C300. There's nothing abnormal about someone wanting to get out from under an old camera. But what's so strange is never in the 2.5-year history of this camera being on the market have we seen so many Komodos for sale at the same time. All of them with 100 hours or less. So why are people offloading their Komodos now? And if I'm looking to sell mine, should I do it? I think it boils down to these 3 reasons. It sucks. The RED Komodo sucks. For them. I think a lot of these people that are selling RED Komodos should have just threw that $6,000 at a Sony FX6. You know, it's got internal NDs, it's got pro audio, it has a lot of the features that the Komodo has, but it's more geared towards run and gun filmmaking. It's more geared towards filmmakers that don't know how to light, or have lights but don't know how to use them. So whereas the RED Komodo is like a stick shift Porsche Cayman GT4, the FX6 is like a nice Audi or a BMW. Still a nice ride, but it's just not quite a RED. And I think that's part of the problem. People are buying into it because it has the RED name, and they know that for a lot of that upper middle tier of corporate videography, being able to say that you shoot on RED has some weight. But when it comes to actually making money as a filmmaker, producer, content creator, the FX6 is kind of the better buy for that workflow. Now, if you're using the Komodo as it was intended to yeet off FPV drones or to put on car rigs, blow up inside an ambulance, well, that's for you. That's what the Komodo was designed for. And this really doesn't matter to you because it doesn't suck for you. How would you like to have $6,000 tomorrow? That's what you can do if you sell your Komodo. I think there were a lot of owner-operators that bought into the RED ecosystem thinking that their work was going to be able to ascend to the level that requires a RED or an Arri or a high-end Sony camera, and just didn't quite make it. And I think there's a lot of people that bought into the RED as a hobby camera, as a little Pelican case queen. But at the end of the day, if you need money, selling a camera body is one of the easiest ways to do that. And so I think that's reason number 2 of why we're seeing a lot of Komodos get offloaded right now. Oh, I used red, green, and blue. I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, 3 is upgrade time. It's time to upgrade for these people. I don't know what they're expecting. RED doesn't really do the whole Mark III, Mark IV thing. So the Komodo is what you're gonna get. And the fact that it is still $6,000 even after inflation has rocketed by 20% just shows that RED, I think, is not wanting to mess with a thing that's working for them. The Komodo is massive. I wouldn't be surprised if the Komodo has outsold every other RED camera they've made combined. The RED Komodo is just that popular. But it's not right for every situation, which is cool. There are a lot of other cameras that do a whole lot of other different things, and I think the 3rd reason why people are offloading their Komodos is that it's time to upgrade or cross-grade to a different camera. You'll see it where people are selling a Komodo to step up to the V-Raptor or the V-Raptor XL. You see people that step up from the Komodo and go to the FX6. And you see some people that offload a Komodo and then just decide to settle down and buy 2 Blackmagic Pocket 6Ks anyway. You know, there are a lot of scenarios where having multiple okay cameras may be better than having one good camera, but it really isn't any of our business. Whichever one of these 3 reasons people are offloading their Komodo, at the end of the day, they need to change that camera into cold hard cash. And thankfully, the RED Komodo has been a camera where it hasn't really depreciated all that much. These cameras were selling at $6,000 since 2020, and the price hasn't gone down. And in fact, if you ask me, the price should go up because of inflation. But don't get any ideas, RED. Keep things as they are. But yeah, I think a lot of people are upgrading their cameras, and I think at NAB and especially Cinegear this year, we are going to see some new camera bodies, or at least some new firmware from the major players that will entice people to want to get out from underneath their Komodo, especially if it's something that's not rocking for them. As for me, the Komodo's rocking for me because both of my Komodos are out working, so I gotta shoot on this 18-year-old piece of shit camcorder. Anyway, let's go to the intro-outro chair. Do you have a different reason for why you're selling your Red Komodo? Or are you gonna roll with it for the next 10 years? Leave me a comment and I'll respond to it, because I don't really have much going on right now. There's obviously no work right now, and I only have 38 subscribers, nice! Definitely subscribe. I am trying to hit that 1,000 subscriber goal by NAB. And considering today is March 31st, that's looking totally doable. So please make that happen, and I'll buy a galvanic isolator and fry my 12G SDI port. Subscribe!